Okay, so welcome. All right, so this is visual grammar, the language of filmmaking. And as you know, that this day we had brought in an actor to help us to film some of the scenes. The first project that was assigned to you was enter and exit a room. What I just wanted to do was just real quickly, just overview where we are, right? And remember, this class is recorded, so you're able to actually go to the recordings to look at what has happened previously. But ideally is that the visual grammar course is about learning about the director's process. In learning about the director's process, you have to learn about the writer's process. What that means is that why does the director come up with the ideas that they come up with? Why do they change scripts? What's the process that they go through in creating anything? And also what they actually bring to the project. Because a lot of writers wonder, why did my script change so much from when it was actually written to when it was actually filmed? We also talked about the key roles, which I had established, and this is my opinion, right? But it also is a fact. But I've established that there are 5 key roles in any project. And I said that it always begins with a producer. And what I meant was, when I said that a producer has an idea, that means that if you were a writer and you wanted to get that film made, you still would have to sell that concept by making a pitch, an idea, to a producer. Because if you were a writer who had all the money in the world to get his film made, then yeah, okay, then you would be the producer. But to get your film to be made by a friend or by someone else's friend, you have to get somebody to do it. And so they have to pitch that idea to a producer who says, okay, I have a team of friends or I have a team of professionals and we'll make your film. So it begins with a producer, that idea of your script. So the producer will then say, okay, here's the idea. Then they get a writer, the writer who is already you in some cases. You would write the script and then he says, okay, that's a perfect script. Then that producer gets a director to visualize that. And what this course is about in that directing process is in the visualization. How do you come up with ideas and how do you make those ideas succinct to you? And the way I describe that is style and technique. When you individually know what your style and technique is, that is why I hire you and not him, right? And this is the important thing because a lot of people who call themselves directors don't even know what a style and technique is, right? And the only way you're going to know what your style and technique is not what you shot in your last film, it's why you shoot it. And that's, again, the process. Everybody understand that, right? So you got to figure out, what do I like, what I'm going to make in my films? I want everybody to wear red. Because I love Star Trek and I believe in the red shirt philosophy. So I always want to have red as a red palette. You know, I want to always have clowns and robots. I want to have shadows and comic book references. Right? I want to have clowns or I want to be funny. I want to do something horrifying. I don't know exactly how, but I want to do that. So in that aspect, that's what you want to learn. And the only way you can learn it is by testing it out with these little scenes that we shoot in this course. These 3 people are key. Too many times, one person thinks they could do the role of these 3 people. And obviously they can't. I don't care if you have money, if you have a camera, and you have an idea, and so you're a 3-time wonder, and you should do all 3. It won't work. It won't work. Why? If you did the jobs of 3 people, why won't it work, Jamie?
Well, it's a collaboration, isn't it? And you draw from other people, how they see things and all that.
Exactly. Because you need someone to argue with your idea. Yeah. You need someone to actually wrestle with it so you can fight with your passion. This is why it has to happen. But if you're fighting with yourself, then you look like you're crazy. Right? But that counterpoint actually helps your process. And when you actually look at films, it's a collaborative effort. So then when you come down to the 4th person, which is the assistant director, what happens is a lot of people don't know what that person is because they see the word assistant and says, I'm not that person. I already worked at Sainsbury's, right? I don't want to be anybody's assistant, but the assistant director is the one who prioritizes everything. He's the one who sets the bar. He's the one who helps you help you, right? Keeps you on time and keeps you focused. So by having an assistant director, a lot of times, I can't tell you how many times I've talked with directors, and they say, oh, I'll have my girlfriend do that. Worst kind of argument is between people who are in relationship with each other on set. I can't tell you how bad that is. You know, start to put people regressing back into childhood of their parents. Anyway, so that's a very important key role of keeping focus. He has his loyalties as well. Loyalties to the producer, hopefully, who paid him. Sometimes he develops a camaraderie with the director and they work in concert, which you see a lot of brother directors like the Coen brothers or the Hughes brothers or the Wachowski brothers. That's why they work, because they have somebody doing this job and somebody doing that job. And then the last one is the AD. I mean, is the editor. The last one is the editor, because the editor is the person who's not involved at all and the one who actually salvages any project. And what happens is all the coverage that you would have shot on set, everything would have gone wrong. You know, somebody wouldn't show up. You know, something catches on fire, something falls over. All of those kind of things happen. But what happens is that you need someone who doesn't know any of that. Just give me all the footage, give me the script, and then I will cut together this film the best way I see possible. Now, the funny thing was that I was saying in the acting class, right, when I showed you guys the Art of Silence film, Martin Scorsese, I said that was Scorsese's style and technique, right, was silence. Remember that? And then we talked about how, like, we looked at a scene from Raging Bull and how in the ring, you know, the way it was shot, the camera's on Jake LaMotta, and then it's on his opponent, and it's silence, you know, and all of a sudden you're in that scene. You know, you feel like you're looking from your POV of this guy who's about to go crazy ballistic on you. And he does, with the sound. The sound comes in like a flurry of blows, of lightning bolts, and you were in it. You're like, oh my God, you're watching it. You're getting hit. Who did that? Was it the director or was it the editor?
The director.
So you think it was the director?
Yeah, well, both.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the editor's decision.
Yeah,
The editor had to cut the sound out. So.
Well, I think it was the editor's idea, and the directors said, yeah, that's a good idea, let's go with that.
So, Martin Scorsese works with the same editor all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Done with School Marker?
Yeah.
Because they have a relationship. Yeah? Not a personal one, a relationship where she understands what he wants. So that is what his contribution is that he knows that I need these silent moments and I need these loud moments. But then somebody has to make that happen for him. So the cinematographer, the actors, but especially the editor, right? And so what happens is that he might see it in one way. So if he was a storyboardist and he storyboarded the shots, my personal opinion is the storyboards don't matter. Because they're just images that don't move. Me as a director have to make those images move. So I have to, like, you know, have the cameraman move over here. I have to tell the actors to do this. And I have to do all of that. And the editor has to make sure, looking at all the coverage, to create that scene. My point is, it works in concert together. So, you're right, Sean. They do it together. But he doesn't do it alone. And this is where a lot of filmmakers get it wrong. They think, hey, I don't need anybody. All my idea, I don't need anyone. You do. And as a director, you have to understand that. So you have to be able to communicate. And that is what tonight's class is about. Tonight's class is about communication. Right? So, pretty much, that's the overview of that. Right? What's that number? Oh, can I get my pen back?
Yeah.
No worries.
I'll get it after.
No worries.
Yeah.
I know, Nigel. Maybe you'll come next week with a pen for me. I mean, a marker. So tonight's class is about communication. What we're going to actually do is we're going to direct tonight. All right? You have an enter and exit scene. Yeah? I gave you all the leeway in the world to figure that out for yourselves. Now, that means you can use whatever skills you have. So Nigel, as a writer and an actor, you know, came up with a scene. He wrote it up, right? And then you say, okay, now I need somebody to act it. Yeah. So knowing that we have another class on Thursday, right? He came and then he had it done, right? So Nigel, just come up here. Let me let Nigel out.
Yeah.
So Nigel, just talk us through what your film was, because we've all seen it on the page. So just tell us about like the process of directing and what your film was and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so the brief that Chase gave us was somebody comes into a room, there's someone else already in the room, there's a conflict, and then someone leaves the room. So that gives you a huge amount of leeway, a whole other scope to come up with anything. So I basically came up with this idea of a woman coming into the room to say her final goodbyes to her dead husband. And I wanted to put a little twist in there. She actually didn't love her husband at all. So at the start of the scene, she comes in with a flower. We think she's going to pay a glowing, loving tribute to him. And then she just lets rip and tells this dead body what she thought of him while he was alive. And so it gave me a huge amount of scope to just say to an actress, okay, here's a few sample lines. I just want you to improvise around this and just go for it. And then with the help of Chase, who suggested one or two angles, and Chase actually edited it for me, we came up with a scene that I was pretty happy with.
Okay, so hold on for a second. Now, as the director, right? So you knew that, okay, I'm going to go to this class with the scene, and hopefully, there'll be a male and female there and all that kind of stuff. And you decided to bring the prop of the roses, yeah, and all that. Style and technique. This is your first foray into style and technique. How do you envision making that scene before you actually got there?
I wanted it to be dark, moody. And so when Chase actually suggested, should we do it in black and white? That was like, yes, of course we do it in black and white. That's the best way to portray this. And I wanted to see the anger of the situation. I wanted us to actually taste, the emotion of this girl who's letting all her emotions out after years of a miserable marriage. So the question was, how do we actually put that on the screen?
So how do you do it?
It was all in basically the way we shot the actress. The corpse was there, of course.
Mm-hmm. So this is helpful for everyone, right?
Yeah.
So you know what it looks like. They hopefully watched it, right? So what angle would give you that palpable taste of her anger? Talk in the film term. What angle gives you that palpable taste of her anger?
Well, in terms of close up or mid shot, you mean? Like,
what is it?
Yeah. Well, ultimately, it was the close up when we went in for the close up on the actress, and we got that expression out of her. It was the perfect setup.
Right. So my point is for everyone is that the close up is always a way of expressing any emotion. So what was my word? It's a reality, right? Mm-hmm. The way we get an emotional impact out of a film is through the close-ups, right? So you made sure that you got us close-ups. Also, what did you have to do with the angle to make sure that she was in the power position?
We had to shoot from low down.
Right. So that's called a low angle, right? Which means the camera's low, shooting high, right? Shooting up. A high angle, camera's high, shooting down. When the camera's low, shooting up, it gives that person a sense of power, strength. When it's high, it gives that person a sense of weakness or feeling small, right? And everything like that.
And we used that twice, of course. We had the low angle on the actress, and we had the high angle on the body.
Very good. We did. Which means that he, although dead, right, is not in a power position here, right? So, last one. So that's how we shot it. I'm still trying to get what your style and technique is. So when I've asked you that question, what did you say to me that you wanted? Because you did say something about your style and technique. What was it? Remember when I asked you on the first day, what kind of style and technique would you want to develop? You said something about static shots.
Static shots, yeah. Okay.
Did we get that?
Yeah.
In what way?
Every take that we did, every angle, the camera was just static. We did not move.
Exactly. No moving shots, none of that bull crap right in. The camera had to move around, doing any of that kind of stuff, right? Right? Even though we didn't have it on sticks, everything was static. Now, also, too, is that something for you to focus on is that close-up of her is amazing, isn't it? Mm. Now, of course, this matters on the actress or the actor that you get. But it's the palpability, right? It's what you wanted, isn't it? You wanted that furious anger in that close-up demonstrated in her. And that's what you got, right? So where you come to do your next film and all of that other kind of stuff, what would you be doing, do you think, next time?
Something similar, to be honest. I want to just develop that style, because it struck me when we got that close-up of the actress. I'd never met her before. I didn't know what kind of actress she was.
And you never would, really, in the real world, right?
But we had the perfect shot to get that emotion from her, and it really just jumped off the screen at me.
And so it's something that you think you will want to continue trying to do with these kind of like fierce emotional close-ups, do you think?
Yes, definitely.
All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Because of our wonkiness of our thing, I would have shown it, but what I could do is I can actually put it on to the edit copy of the video and everything, because it is on the site and stuff. So communication. So before we actually shoot something, before I ask you what you guys got to shoot is that like what I just wanted to go through is that how do we communicate, right, with actors and crew, right? As a director. Okay. What do you think emotionally or that you need to demonstrate to any actor or crew person? What do they have to know about you emotionally?
They need to be able to trust you.
Trust. Definitely. What else?
Charisma that you got the zeal to do the job.
I love that word. Zeal.
Sorry, man.
That's a great word. What were you going to say there, Mike?
They need to believe in your vision.
Now, it's around trust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right here. They have to believe. It's a key word that you're all missing, though.
Respect.
Ooh, respect is good.
Is that the same as trust?
It is, but I'll put it here because it has something to do with the other word I want you to say.
Collaborate?
No,
Right, apologize.
no worries. It's all good. Somebody had to get a no, right? Confidence.
Oh, right.
Will you agree?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
That's
And
all.
confidence comes with what I'm trying to say with respect. Yeah? So, this is cool. Your actors need to trust you. They have to believe in you. That means like, hey, I'm selling you. I'm like a used car salesman, yeah? Kurt Russell in used cars, right? They have to believe in what you're saying. They have to believe that you believe it. They have to trust you with their time. People have to trust you with their money, right? They have to trust you that you're going to do something that is going to benefit them. Zeal is fantastic because it's how you say things with zeal. So charisma, of course, right? Everybody's orbiting you. You are the sun, and they are the universe. They are the solar system around you, right? And you only orbit something that is charismatic. You only orbit something that people can gravitate to where you got the zeal. So finally, respect. Respect is key because they had to figure that this person who is leading us, like Moses in the Exodus, right? He's going to lead us to the promised land. And the only way that he can do that is to be confident. Reason why this is all key for you all to know is that I do not want you ever to not believe in yourself. When we are asking actors to give up their time to show up, when you are asking actors to work for you, right? They don't want to hear that, yeah, this is my first film. No. They don't want to see you sweat, right? They don't want to see you not know what you. They don't want to see you fumble. Oh, I'm so unsure of myself right about now. What we're going to do? Let me think. What do you think we should do? They don't want to see any of that. First sign of that, they're making their way towards the door. Gotta go to the bathroom. Best way of looking, best way of thinking about that is like when low budget films or horror films, they're out in the woods, right? They convince some girls to come out here, they got all the blood kit and all that kind of stuff, the monster mask and everything. And, hey, first thing we want to do is see this girl naked. Right? Who doesn't? Yeah. And she ain't gonna do that if you ain't got any of this. She's gonna be wondering where her agent is, where the cops are, who's protecting her. She doesn't want to see your tongue hanging out, right? Yeah, so this shot, right? They don't see any of that. For anybody who works with me, they don't see any of that, do they? I say take off your clothes. Take off your clothes. Once you start going, what? What do you mean what? Right? And it's not like I'm going to do any harm to you. It's like I know what I want to do and I'm serious. Are you? Right? We're here to make a film, and unfortunately, for you maybe, but not for me, unfortunately, if we're shooting a bed scene, which generally always ends up first on the schedule, right? Right? They say, hey, so we all get comfortable with each other, right? Let's do it, right? Now, let's be clear here. This is not about lasciviousness. We're not talking about making porn. We're talking about making films. And unfortunately, what happens is in short films, there are murder scenes, there are bed scenes, there are kisses, right? There are things that give us a sense of viscerality that really, for me, is a test for the actor, especially the actress. I don't need to waste 2 days, 5 days, or 10 days with somebody who's not really an actor. And what I mean by that is that they're here for the wrong reasons, right? I'm here for the right reasons. I'm giving up my time to be here. I'm trying to make a film, right? And if you're gonna talk to me for like 5 minutes that feels like an hour about why you shouldn't do that, all I asked you to do was unbutton your top. Really, I mean, like I didn't ask you to open it, right? Seriously, what's going on here, right? My theory is you don't act, you be, yeah. So, I can't do that if the actor doesn't trust me, believe me, or is confident in me. So, they won't do it for you. Right? So, with the crew, you were going to say something, Jamie?
I just think it's good the way with Danielle, you've been sort of bringing her confidence in that respect, because she doesn't have much self-belief, and you've said, stop saying you can't do it, and that's great.
Yeah, but then also too is I don't have to spend my time being your psychiatrist either. So on the one hand is if I'm here, I'm expecting you to be here for the same reasons. So with that being said is that I can hey, talk to you for as long as I can talk.
I'll be as quick as I can, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
So, crew, communication with the crew. Now, what happens is that, unfortunately, here in guerrilla times, the crew is your mates, right? Who have nothing to do this weekend, right? They show up and everything. And it's kind of like they're doing the jobs of 2 people and 3 people and stuff like that. They're only there because he got a car. They're only there because he got a camera, And it's the worst case scenario, right? But they won't stay if they don't believe in all of these things about you either. Yeah? So communication with the crew, is it the same? Is it any difference in it?
No, it's the same.
Same. Yeah. Follows the same kind of paradigm and makes it easy, doesn't it? I mean, they have to trust, they have to believe in you, they have to be confident in you. Would you all agree? So, do you think that if you were a crew person for somebody who wasn't any of these things, what would you be thinking?
You'd probably be trying to line up your next job.
Does this guy know what he's doing?
Yeah, arduous task of. Yeah, you can't. You just know straight away, don't you? If someone doesn't know what they're doing, and you're really passionate, or you've got that get up and go to do something, and your employees, you ain't going to do it, are you?
Yep. Time is money. Even if you're not paying, time is money. Time's valuable, man. What the hell am I here? I could be anywhere else but here. And if you have none of that stuff, why did I actually show up? Yeah? You know, so I mean, like in that aspect is that you have to display this even when you're unsure. Right? Even when you're unsure, how do you get out of the situation when you're unsure? Anyone?
Pretend that you're sure.
Pretend you're sure.
Fake it till you make it.
What you say, Mike?
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. I like that. So what I'll say is the worst case scenario is what? What's the worst that could happen with your career? What's the worst thing that could happen?
They could cease production. They could just say, no, I'm not working for you.
Right? So they can leave. But that's not the worst thing. That's the worst thing that could happen. If your crew doesn't believe you and all that, what's the worst that could happen? Time is money, Jamie. You know? What's the worst that could happen? Well, yeah, but
They stop doing what you want them to do.
well, obviously, stop doing. But the worst thing, those are two key things that are bad. The worst thing is, and this is your mantra, that you don't want to happen. Direct by committee.
All right.
Oh, I say that, and now everybody knows what it is, right?
That's because you came at me with that on Thursday.
What does direct by committee mean, Nigel?
Everyone's throwing in their 2 cents worth, and
What the hell is that?
nobody's in charge.
What the hell is that? Sean, you know that because it happened on your sheet. What the hell is that? Right?
When someone else is like taking your job by directing themselves.
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Because time is money. Right? Because you don't know what you're doing. Because you don't have any of these qualities. Right?
Yeah.
I'm already here wasting my time, so I'm going to give you suggestions.
I was just too afraid to say like, sorry, I'm the one directing.
No, don't be afraid. Yeah, let's just say this.
this.
Don't be afraid. Alright? So, direct by committee. Let's all say...
I'll
Go
give
ahead.
you the example because it happened to me on Thursday. Chase and the actress both made a couple of suggestions, and they were good ideas, so I went along with them. But then Chase said, "Be careful of directing by committee because that's when the whole thing can fall apart."
Right. Exactly. So what happens is that... So let's play this out differently. So an actress made a suggestion about how she could play the role, right? So you be the actress. Make the suggestion to me.
Do you want me to stand up when we shoot this scene instead of sitting down?
Now, it was a little bit more than that. Because it was about her attitude, so remember how she could play it.
Emotions and that, wasn't it? She wanted. Oh, sorry, I was into.
No. Yeah, go ahead. How did she do it, Jamie?
She said
Act like you her. Talk to me. I'm the director.
Okay. How much emotion should I put in this? Should I be stoic or should I be a bit kind of, put a bit of passion and anger into what I'm saying?
What did you say, Nigel?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what I said, but along the lines of, yeah, just go for it.
I think you said that sounds a good idea. Something like that. Then again, I was nearly dead.
So, the way we circumvent that is, one, we show any actor, right, that we're in charge. So, we make those suggestions first. Before they come out with any suggestions, we tell them what they're going to do. And this is why this is about communication, right? You give an actor what their motivation is, You tell them how you see the scene, how you're going to shoot this scene, what you want them to do. Right? And they go, okay, cool, okay, I got it. So then when they actually try to say to you, you know, no, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
That's not bad, is it? It's confident, right? Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. And it's kind of like what I want you to do, but I want you to do it like this. So you're thinking always, I don't have a clue what's going on and what I'm going to do next. Don't do that. Give your thinking pose. Right? And an idea comes and go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, no. So what I'm going to do is say the same idea, but in your way. Right? Because like what's happening is the fact that somebody might go, hey, you just took my idea. But all right, but I made it like it was mine, though, didn't I? I think, oh, yeah, do whatever you want. Because that's what you said, Nigel. Do whatever you want. Right?
Did I say that?
You did.
Really? Oh my god.
Which is why Danielle said, hey, chase it. I said, no, I'm not. And I won't do that again, actually. But like the whole point about it is that confidence. Do not, this is the worst thing for everyone, directed by committee. Because once it starts, it doesn't stop. It's like a virus. Right? Because once the PA starts telling you what to do, oh, hell, I'm going home now. Right? Freaking runners got ideas. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Because you should be. Because you've lost it. You've lost all respect of everyone when the runners start to tell you how to set up a shot. And that has nothing to do with the runner. Because, you know, the runners, they're doing their own film next week. Yeah. Right? I don't care. It's my film right now. You know, do your film next week. But once you start telling me what to do, that only means you don't believe that I know what I'm doing. So don't be afraid. So when you let them see you being afraid, that's what the problem is. So these are very key notes of communication, right? So just to make it clear, communication with actors and crew are pretty much the same as far as building trust and having them believe in you, as far as demonstrating a sense of zeal and charisma, and as far as having them give you their respect through your confidence. Right? Worst things that can happen is that with the crew is because they start to think, whoa, what time is it? Right? Time is money. Right? So what you can do there is, hey, always be confident. So yeah, you pretend. Because you know, I know what I'm doing every step of the way. I storyboard, I make a shot list, I prepare. Take it, fake it till you make it. Hey, you know, you should already know it. But it's a good phrase. People start to leave, stop doing their work. They start making their exits towards the door, start using the bathroom. And directed by committee is the worst thing that can happen. So, don't be afraid. Now, Midhat, come on down. Play po. So, Midhat, just get the chair from outside for me, yeah? And bring it in and come sit down. Now, unfortunately, we had an actress who was going to be here with us tonight. And something happened. Yeah, just sit there, yeah. Something happened. No, that was Anne-Marie was coming. So this is Midhat Khan, right? He was an actor. He's also been working in films as doing some extra work as well. He's a local stalker, you know. But yeah, I know. It's all good, man. Name dropper. Anyway, now for those who were here last week, there's two of you. Do you happen to have your ideas for what you wanted to do for your enter and entry scenes? Mm-hmm. All right. So does that mean you're confident? So Michael, come up to the front of the room. Now this is not Dragon's Den. You just stand here.
I'll sit here on the entry.
And I just want you to just pitch very simply your enter and exit scene. The camera door. All right. Well. Oh, hey, stop talking. All right. So, this is Michael Davies, yeah? All right, so can you tell us your idea? Did you have a script for it, or?
I didn't have a script, but I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I've got a few ideas for dialogue in my mind, but it's all about the actor.
Okay, so go ahead. So tell us the idea of enter and exit scene.
Well, basically what I imagined was...
Don't talk to him, talk to the camera. You'll talk to him in a second.
Okay. What I imagined was a teacher like yourself, inspired by you, walking through the door to a almost empty class, and as he starts trying to evaluate what he's doing, like what he's teaching, he starts to mumble, doesn't really know what he's doing, and then one of the students walks out and he's like, nope, that's it, I'm completely wasting my time here, and storms out, leaving this poor guy to
who says no, that's a waste of my time? The student.
He doesn't say anything. He's just walking out. He doesn't.
So who says no? That's a waste of
the teacher.
Oh, the teacher just says no. That's what.
Yeah, he's basically just realizes I'm wasting my time here. What am I doing? I've got to go out and do something, make some more money than this. I don't know. Just do something else. So that was my idea for the conflict. Be more internal.
So then how does he exit then?
Just
he
like,
begins with an entrance. How does he exit?
Well, the way I envisioned it was, he'd have some.
Now just say how he exits.
Oh,
envision it in a second.
Just pauses, picks up his stuff and leaves.
Okay. All right. So that is an enter and exit scene. This is not about what we would do, right? All right. Just want to make that clear, right? This is what Michael will do. So what we will do is that Michael, this is mid-hot, right? And everything like that. You got your own camera? Does it have a card or?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would like you to do is now for everyone else, we're gonna watch you do what everybody else will be on the spot doing. You're going to communicate with the actor, all right? What you want them to do.
Okay.
Also, then you will need another actor to do the walkout, won't you? And everything. And then after you've figured out what you're going to do, then you're going to have to set the scene. So what I would like you to do is select someone to be your cameraman, right? Because even though I've asked people to bring in their own cameras, like what I did for Nigel, someone should shoot for you so you don't have to do all the jobs.
Yeah.
Then it'll be about you giving up the angles to them, and then we'll watch you shoot the scene. Okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. So I'm going to come over here. No. You're going to talk to Mid-Hot now.
Okay.
You're going to tell Mid-Hot what you see, how you see the scene.
Basically, as I said before, I just imagine you walking through. You're looking down, you're kind of fumbling a bit. You're not really confident. This is your first time. And then you see two people, one in the back, one further towards the front. And then you're just like, oh, okay. And you get your stuff ready. Then you start joking. You start writing down. Start telling really bad jokes because you're quite nervous. And then you just see this guy in the back. He just kind of packs his stuff away. He realizes it's not really for him. He walks down, out, and that's when you are starting to think, I may have wasted my time here. So then you kind of start writing, and then you kind of trail off as you realize that you're wasting your time. And then you just pack your stuff away and get out. Unfortunately, this guy's just not knowing what's going on, but it's all internal.
So, say I'm writing, so I just suddenly stop. I don't say a thing.
No, you just say we'll just, because we've got it written down, we'll just talk about what Chase was talking about today, just for ease. So you could say, right, let's talk about communication in film. And the guy starts walking out because you're clearly nervous. You have no idea, really, what to do in the situation, because this is the first time teaching. So you just kind of start you're laughing at your fumbling. The guy realizes you're not doing anything. He walks out. You start writing. You stop writing. Turn around and you walk out. You pack up your stuff and you're just like, oh, I'm done. if he's not going to give me his time, why should I bother with them?
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
yeah.
So it's not like a dramatic.
No, you're
It's
not
just
gonna,
like
you're not
it's
going
kind
to
of like
rage
a
quit.
more subtle, just
Yeah,
quiet.
it's you just silently reevaluating what decisions you might have made.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not asking you to throw the table or throw things around. Just was this the right decision?
Yeah.
And,
Sure.
Okay, so great. Now, what I need you to do is, select a cameraman, right? Let's go for Sean. He's the camera guy, right? And did you bring your camera? All right, you brought a camera though.
yeah, I've got a.
All right, go
camera.
get your camera now. All right, go get your camera and then get Sean and then talk to Sean over there. So while you do that, I'm going to actually interview my man Midhat. So, Midhat, thank you very much for your time.
Sure.
Right? And you don't have to look at me. You can look at this.
I love it.
Yeah, act like that's the report. He's a really short one.
how's it going?
Can I just ask you, how did that communication go for you?
Well, he was pretty. Well, what I liked about him is he gave me exactly what he wanted visually.
Mm-hmm.
So he just told me exactly how he wanted me to come in, and he answered my question because I wasn't sure exactly how he wanted me to exit, and he just explained that clearly. So what I'm hoping for now is while I'm acting, if he has any other little bits and pieces that he wants to do, like if he has specific camera angles and he wants me to look specifically in those camera angles, if he gives me those directions, I'd be pretty happy.
Okay, so I mean, for you, in building a character as an actor, though, was it enough information for you? Because that's what this is about, it's the communication. I mean, I thought he repeated himself a little bit, but it's like, was it enough information for you as an actor to work with? So you know what you're going to do, and then hopefully that he will, give you more direction.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Okay, so, Sean, come over here. Sean, please. Thanks. Jamie, stop that. All right. So again, communication, right? So Sean is now your cameraman, your DP, and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm pretty wonky with this. All right. So just talk to him about angles because we got to get on with the shooting. So just give him what you want to do overall, and then we're gonna do each shot.
Okay. Well, as I'm sorry, what was your name again? Midhat. As Midhat walks in, what I was imagining was you were somewhere like in this chair, so I'm gonna have to move, not now, but in a bit, and then just look at him as if you are one of the pupils in his audience.
Yeah.
And then as he is looking out towards the audience, we can just put the camera on the table and then just make sure we get exactly how many empty spaces there are, which I don't think will be too difficult.
Hey, what are you trying to say? It's fire from my glass.
I don't need too many complex scenes. I don't need any movement. Just need those two important.
So just for clarity, about your style and technique, right? What is your key scene or key shot that you need that you wanted him to get? And explain it in that way towards your style and technique that you're thinking about developing.
Well, I feel like the most important part would be the isolation. You know, how alone this character feels, because he's standing up alone. He has no idea what he's talking about. Well, he does, but, he's not confident. No, he's not very confident. And he just feels so alone. So when the room feels incredibly empty, and you really feel it, by the fact that there's only 3 people there. He feels it. No thanks.
Not like you need my approval, but I think it's a good idea. You have to show the loneliness of him, that kind of.
Just to accentuate how much he has, he's.
Okay, so then you're ready to shoot then.
I guess so.
All right, so where we're at, so set it up while I just do this like talking to myself. Okay, so this is going to be Michael Davies' Enter an Exit Scene. Do you have a title for it? Not yet?
No, not yet.
All right, fine. But we know it's about a teacher with an empty class where a teacher's confidence gets knocked by someone's exit. So,
Oh, I don't. I just need to use it.
Yeah, you can use that paper that there's a pad and stuff, or like yeah, over here. Just saying.
Yeah, just
All right. So anyway, so now I'm just gonna be, someone in the audience watching this film. Damn it.
I've got an idea, Chase, you want as well, so later on, that's okay.
Yeah, man. Sean's first, and then you.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So.
so then when you come in, I want you to take all that,
Sorry.
put it down, kind of fumble a little bit as you. Okay, so I'm gonna have to clear this. Is there any way you want me to?
Nice.
Right, Sean, I need you. Yeah, to be the I want to shoot. So. No, I think, would I be able to ask you to just change places, please?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Where backwards?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool, man.
To try and keep as few people in the shot as possible.
Squeezing up, brother.
Yeah, so, just turn that on. And then, so if you can just move that to the right, so you've got more of the board in. Okay, yeah, that's great. Okay, so you're going to need to press that button to record. I'll just do it now. So if you can go out, and then when I tell you to come in, you know what you do. You just take your stuff out of your bag, put it down, try and fumble around a bit, and then look at the class, and then pen. Does anyone have a pen?
Yeah, here, Nigel, give me your pen.
I'm taking everything off you, sorry. You just put this in your bag, and you can start pretending to write stuff down.
Do you want me to react the second I come in or after?
As you're putting your stuff down, sorry, yeah, no, you're right. You come in, and you see how many people are here, and then you put your stuff down, take it out, get ready, start writing stuff down, talk about communication and film, then we're going to shoot the two people in the crowd, and then we're going to shoot separately, one person coming out, but we can add that in later. And then once I say leave, your character will see that person come down.
Yep.
But we can't get both of those shots in right now.
Yep.
And then you can start kind of, not audibly, but internally, just like.
You can actually flip the paper if you want. So you can start with that, and then you can flip it over, just so if you want him to actually physically write.
Yeah, that'd probably be.
Yeah, but you can start with it on, and then if you want it, then he can flip it.
No, I think if you just come in, use
Okay.
the pen
I'm good.
to.
Sorry, actually.
Just use the pen to write down communication. Yeah. Because you just start. Then, as the person walks out,
yep,
you see that he's walking out, and you just. That's when his brain starts working. Like, what am I doing here? You know, this guy just is walking out on me. He doesn't even say sorry or anything like that. So then you just. Then you silently pack your stuff away, and you just kind of speed up as you walk out because you're trying to. You really need to leave because this is ridiculous. Okay. You okay? Yep. Is that okay? So I'm going to tell you to come in, and then you're just gonna see how many people are. Start writing down.
Yep.
The guy's gonna walk out.
Yep.
And when I say leave, that's when you react.
Yep.
And then you can just.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Okay.
Can I just make one suggestion? And this is not that directed by committee scenario,
Okay.
but
Yeah, sure.
it's not. It's not. Let's shoot it as a master from this shot, and then whatever other angle you're gonna get. So like,
yeah.
Is that what you were going to do?
That's what I was planning. I was planning on.
Is that what he's going to do? Okay, got it.
Once we've done this, I'll get Sean to come over.
No, I'm just saying. So it's going to be the whole thing as a master.
Yeah. So
okay.
that's why I'm giving him directions while we're.
Sorry, man. All right, he already had it covered.
Okay.
Right.
if you shout.
Yeah, but also you got that door, but he can, yeah.
Is this in the show?
Well, no, it's not.
Okay, go.
Good evening, class. You've gotten here okay today? I'm sorry, late.
Yeah.
I've got an exciting class for you today. You're gonna love it. Yeah. So today's the first lesson today, and today we're gonna do communication. Communication. Sometimes you forget how to spell. So what we're going to learn today about communication is how you can get a team to work with you, and when you get a team to work with you, you get a lot of people to do
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. You can come back in. Brilliant, well done.
Alright, so that was the master of the enter and
Okay. So yeah, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask Sean to put his camera here. Well, the camera.
He could have actually said, action cut. He also could have actually slammed the door, so we got that effect. I didn't actually feel when the guy left the room. Oh, what? You're filming us? Filming us. All right.
Right, this is where I'm going to need everyone to get out except Nigel.
Oh, what? I thought only one person's leaving.
No, there are only 2 people in the class.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm going to have to ask.
Can I be that guy who stayed behind?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Come on, yeah.
Somebody gotta actually leave.
So if you can just wear that reserve seat is probably good. Okay. Right. Yeah. So
Alright, where I am?
I'm gonna need you to just get up behind there. That's alright.
Right.
I'm gonna have to do
Right, basically,
Everybody's been asked to leave the class. It's already kind
what
of.
I need you to do is, first of all, bring it up here.
Well, so am I in the picture? Or?
No, it's just gonna be. Sean's just gonna get the completely empty, apart from 2 people in the audience.
Completely empty apart for 2 people. It is. It's called Gorilla Clamps. Whoa, shit! Whoops. Yeah, I don't leave that in.
Just pack your stuff away, just like fucking hell, I've got somewhere to be. I've got a place to be. So you just walk about, and then I'll give you a bag, and then you can just pack your stuff away.
that way or
You'll be walking that way towards the exit.
You can have my bag.
Okay. And then you can just pack your stuff away.
Do we want this out of shot?
Jamie's gonna use it. No.
You're gonna walk out, and that's it really. Okay. I mean that once we've got the shot of you walking out, you close the door, and then you're out. That's when our teacher starts kind of trailing off and falling apart. Okay. So what's gonna happen is when I shout action.
I need that back then, Mike.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
Thanks. I didn't want to get up.
Someone's waiting. Yeah. So there's that. You can just.
I'm just like. People know I'm doing something with the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you can just like take some of the stuff out before action, and then you can just pack it away as you realise that your time's been wasted. So, Sean, what we're going to do is.
What is Nigel, the other guy in class or something?
Yeah, he's just he's enjoying
Yeah, but no, I mean, can the camera see him or?
Yeah, that's what I was to find out. Okay, yeah, it's all there.
Okay.
Is that everything? Right, this is going to be on the table. So if you just want to straighten that out, so we've got a nice, stable, consistent shot. I know, that's why I thought it would be a good idea to bring. So if you can just try and get that as level as possible. I like that shot. Keep this stuff out of the way. You're just like here, enjoying the class. You still have no idea. Yeah, you want to be here. You have no idea what's going on.
Sorry.
He walks out.
All
But I'm not going to need you to react to anything like
right. Nice shot at the jump.
As Jamie walks out, you might have a look and see what's happening, but you focus mostly on the front. So can we get everything in there? Yeah. So if you no. I think if we just get the sound of the door open and closing, then that'll be enough.
Oh, you should slam it or whatever, shouldn't you? No?
Alright, I slammed it when it came out, so you could like use the sound from the first take and just.
I don't know. I think you just slam it on your own. You're not that weak, are you? Alright, so yeah, I think that'll be everything. So Chase.
I know. Trying to get the actual behind the scenes, mate. With a tablet.
Right, so you know what you're doing. Yeah, when I say leave, you'll just put your stuff away and then you'll walk out. This is what basically what we're going to do now is when I say action, from your point of view, a teacher's going to be walking in, and then you're just there like, okay. And then we can cut it together so it looks more plain out. But from your perspective as people right now, it's just going to be a quick, empty, back to the teacher, empty, and then I'm going to say leave, pack your stuff away, get out, slam the door, just so we can hear that you fucked off. Okay. And I'm taking your job now. And right, action. So you're just watching the guy. You don't know what he's doing yet. He's walking in. He's putting his stuff down. Right. I don't need as much explanation from you. He's not doing that much yet.
Thank you for stopping him.
And same as well, Nige. He's not done anything yet. He's just walked in and I'll say right when I want you to start taking notes, as he says communication. So I'll say right, and then you can start taking your notes of the one letter, the one word, and then I'll say leave, and then you can start walking out. You can start walking. So on action, he's just walking in. Right, you start writing down, and leave, pack up and leave. Okay, and action. And right. And leave. That's great. He was.
Yeah, but also isn't he's supposed to still, the teacher's supposed to leave, so that way Nigel could react to the teacher leaving?
He doesn't really notice yet.
No, I know, but you cut before Nigel reacted to Minhas leaving. We had to get it all, don't we?
He left. Hang on.
No,
Yeah.
Minha didn't leave. Jamie left.
So after he leaves, then I leave. And
Yeah.
then what he's saying
Your
is
story.
he reacted to me like, what's going on?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I like to, no, he's not really knowing what's going on. He's still trying to figure. He thinks that maybe this is just.
No, I meant because the camera's here, right? That if we shot all of Minha breaking down and leaving, shouldn't we still see this guy after Jamie left? Because it's coverage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
I mean, you could disagree, and then we don't have to have it. But I'm just talking about coverage. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, we could do it again, and then.
Yeah, we could do it again. I'm just meant about like if you do the whole thing to Minhas leaving, then that way you have the reactions of you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just to be on the safe side as well, just so you got coverage.
Yeah, I'm just only trying to talk about coverage. You see that the director disagrees, right? Hopefully, when this is edited, then he'll say, "Yeah, Chase, you were kind of right about that coverage thing." Oh, Chase, you weren't right. I don't get it. All right, moving on. Let's go.
Do it again, and this time you don't need to slam your feet down as much. You're angry, but you're not throwing a strop or anything. You're just kind of walking out.
I'm actually also feeding.
Be real to that boy, man. If he not doing what you want him to do. Nah,
you were in the
that one.
The one you're pointing out. Yeah, but the rest of it was great. Walking out,
Okay.
slamming the door was interesting.
Don't change it. I like to do it a few times with the director, so then you know, like we were doing the other day, clearly what the director wants.
Yeah. So clearly you weren't doing it right. Now hopefully you will. All right, let's go.
So then I'll say leave. He leaves, and then once you hear the door slam shut, you just kind of what's happening? Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Okay, so action. And right. And leave. Okay, Minhat's leaving now. And you watch him as he opens and closes the door. Okay, that's great. Yep. You can come in now. I think he's gone. I think
Jamie has left the building in case you wonder.
Right?
Yeah, they're kind of relieved.
There's a rat. Oh God.
What?
There's a rat in there.
In where?
In that room there. It's running around. It's quite a big. It looks like it's got like a.
All
Just
right.
be careful. It doesn't.
Film it, we can use it.
I want a rat.
In where?
Run towards the toilets.
Alright, everyone.
All right. Come on, get back inside now. Fucking rat in here. That's enough, buddy. Thanks, Jamie. All right, there's a rat.
Oh no, yeah, no, that was
All right, let's go.
I did like that you were.
Let's go, cause money's time. Time is money.
There you go. As I say, I like it with the director. You do it like, and it's good to see how not to do it rather than you say, I don't want you to stamp. I don't think what's he talking about. So if I have stamped, it's good for you to say, don't do that. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
All right. So what have we done?
I'm just gonna have a little look over the footage and see if there's anything I need changing. Just
No, there's no such thing. We don't look at footage on set. We're confident about ourselves. You should actually know what you're missing by mental. What did you not get? So, coverage-wise, what we got was we had gotten the teacher enter in the room. We only got that on one take. And then we got the student leaving the room. We got that on 2 takes. So, that means that you have to ask yourself, did the teacher enter an entrance? Was that as good as it could be? Or should you shoot that one more time?
I think it was good. I think I could do it better. I think you could do it better.
Now, if you're going to, well, you got time for one shot.
Okay.
So, if you're going to do it again, right, let's ask ourselves a question. Camera was here, so we had like a close-up of it. I don't know. I wasn't looking in. Was it a close-up or a mid-shot or what?
No, it was. We had the entire.
So you had a wide.
Yeah.
Right. So for safety, what do you think that we should do? Should we do another wide shot and just cut the same shot? Or should we do a close-up? Or should we do a long shot? Now, the AD says you're out of time. You have one choice. The long shot from Jamie's point of view, or you have a close-up of Minhas actions. What do you choose?
close up.
Okay.
For,
Directors made a choice. Let's do it. Cameraman, please. Close up, follow shot of Midhat enter his decisions and his exit.
So you can just.
Let's see, how long did this take, do you think? Was it about a half an hour? To do 3 shots?
We'll see what the shot's like. Sit there, not sure.
Oh, you're changing camera positions. Don't worry about it.
Right. We'll just see what the shot looks like. I reckon that's probably doesn't need to be much closer. No, not that close, Jesus.
What's wrong with that close? Do you know what a close-up is?
Oh no, I know, but it was in the wrong.
It wasn't like Tootsie or anything, you know what I mean?
So, to the right a little bit.
So we're going for the mid shot.
Okay, that should be good. Can you keep that as steady as you can?
So he's chosen the mid shot. Okay, let's do it. Jamie, stop talking. You gotta get back to your position so you can walk out. Time's money, money's time. Let's go.
No, it's gonna be.
Mid shot.
Yeah, it's gonna be basically. Oh, and this is the whole thing. So, do you remember what you have to do?
Yeah, I don't remember everything I said though.
Right, that's okay. We can just.
Hopefully you say it differently anyway.
We can just cut through. But what I will say about when we heard.
Sean, was this shot the same shot over there? Be honest.
So, what I'll say now is.
It's closer than it was over there because over there was wider, and this one's a close up.
You notice that he stopped.
It's really a mid shot.
I thought what you did really well was you trailed off. Yeah, that was great.
He wants it in mid shot.
What I wanted is
Yeah.
kind of following him as he walks down.
Ah, okay.
So Jamie, I'm going to need you when I say leave. Just walk down the stairs. You're not going to be on camera, but we just need you for the sake of Minhat's reference.
Alright.
So we don't need you to pack up.
I
Or
won't
anything.
act.
Yeah, just we can get the sounds and then Minhat can use you as a reference.
Shouldn't he still slam that door though? He doesn't have to leave, but he should still slam the door.
We've already got that in. We've already got the audio of that from before.
Okay.
So we don't really need that. But
Let's just remember that the director says we already got the audio before. That doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's right.
I think what you should do.
Always shoot
Not
the
slam
shot
it quite
again.
as hard as Jamie did, but definitely we need to hear the door close. Yeah. We can't just flutter close.
You didn't hear it the first time.
No, we didn't. We didn't hear it. It was just kind of
Oh,
a little bit.
I actually did pull it, so I'll pull it harder this time.
Yeah, a bit harder, just so it's it closes as you walk. Yeah. So it emphasizes you as you walk out.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Doesn't knock on the door.
Oh right, yeah. So yeah. When I say enter, So when I say enter, you enter.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
You don't need to be as in detail with what you're doing, but when I say leave, he's gonna leave.
Always repeat what you done the last
And
time.
he's gonna slam the door, and you're gonna try and follow his eyes. You're gonna track him with your head, and then you're gonna straddle off, and then.
Also, if he's telling him he's gonna follow him with his eyes, and we're not in the close up of his face, we won't see it.
You ready? Brilliant. Okay. So we got that. We got the shot. Okay. And action.
Hello, class. I'm glad you're all here. Hope you're all in the right room. So today we're going to learn a bit about communication. You know, working with your team. Anyway, so when you're working with your team, you want to make sure that you're communicating everything with each other properly and such and on.
And leave. Okay, that's great. Don't get hit by the rat.
All right, let's stop talking about that damn rat, man.
You want people to come to this class, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
I wanted to do that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not the rats.
I forgot that.
What?
So
you went down. Yeah, sure. Sorry.
All right, so did you get it?
Yep, we got what we wanted. We got the shot of Mid-Hat leaving that we wanted.
Mhm.
And definitely better audio as it closed the door. We got you as you were tracking and walking out, and we can just kind of cut all three together to make it look as we need it.
Okay.
Well, just for my own reference, I was just wondering, because I totally forgot everything I said.
Yeah.
So, is that an issue?
No, it won't be, because as the reason I shot so much of this screen of the shot was because we can change the audio, because you weren't talking like continuously as you naturally paused.
Yeah.
We can change the shots and then change the shot. So it won't be an issue. Don't worry.
All right. So you got everything then, yeah?
Yep.
Hey, that's not mine, is it? Oh, what you do? Yeah, it is.
Oh right, you might have to change
Yeah, you might want to. Okay, so thank you very much, Michael Mid-Hat and Jamie. Thank you, my bag. Thank you. All right, so what we're gonna do is, Michael, are you gonna edit that?
Yeah, I've got.
You got editing.
Yeah, I got iMovie.
All right, cool. So my suggestion is to edit that and then put it onto the page.
Yeah.
Come up with a title. Yeah, and everything like that, and show us what your vision of that scene is. I have thoughts around that scene myself and everything like that, but that's only my thoughts. Yeah, hey, this is all good. This is about you. Let's actually, from our perspective of watching it, right, and then next week in Monday class when we get the film, we will also have another perspective of how the film turned out. But because this is about the directing process, I'm just curious as to what everybody's perspectives are. So, anybody have any thoughts about what they saw?
Yeah, I think it was like a basic enactment, and it was more put onto so they could direct it and make it into a film. It's just like an example, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but Tim, that's what the class is, right?
Yeah.
It's just directing scenes. Because, in theory, a scene is like a film, which is a collection of scenes. So, as I said in the first class, is that the Sundance Film Lab, that's just what they do at Sundance, is that they only put writers or directors through their paces of directing scenes, because you have to do what Michael had to do. You have to actually work with an actor. You're working with a cameraman and crew or whatever. You said it, they have all like the props and all that other kind of stuff, and you're directing. So the process for you guys is that Michael's only the first one who's done it, but actually to see what your process is. So when Michael actually puts together the film, I'm going to put together the behind the scenes, which unfortunately I had to move around and all this kind of stuff. And it would actually show Michael what his directing style is like, right? Did Michael actually demonstrate all the different elements that we had just talked about? And that's all I want to talk about. So this is not about the idea of Michael's scene. This is not about the acting ability of the actors. It's about the directing process, right? Did Michael demonstrate the ability of confidence, for example?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
To a degree, yes, but both his experience and my experience teaches me the importance of knowing in advance what shots you want, and then you're confident that you're going to get them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, what happens about knowing things in advance is there are like directors who, ad nauseumly, create storyboards of each like scene movement, right? There are directors who do shot lists. What happens is when you get onto the set, everything can change. So the process of just getting up here and doing it, he had his idea, so he clearly had that. He knew what he wanted. So he now had to, okay, I got actors, so now I have to direct them. I have to move them about. He knew what angles he wanted. But then again so that's what he knew. But it's like, did it work? So he did demonstrate a level of confidence. You are right. But my point was that he was assured of himself. Yeah, he was assured of what he wanted. But then I would ask you to actually really focus a little bit more on films, right? As far as getting the viscerality. What I said was emotional impact. My disagreement, and I had to really hold my tongue as much as I could, which is hard for me. Everybody knows this about me. Was your choice what your final shot was? I felt was reason why I disagree with it, not because I would do it differently. I disagree with it because it didn't establish the viscerality that it could. What I mean is, you said close up. You said a close up. You had Sean shoot a mid shot. That's not a close up. Midhat is a man of dark persuasion, right? And this is, hey, I can say it. In Hollywood, brothers aren't really they like to film us or they don't, right? Because lighting is terrible, right? This is all top lighting. You can't see Midhat's eyes in any of these shots. When you get home and you put it on iMovie, you'll see I can't see his eyes at all, right? And it's because he'll be shadowed by these top lights and he won't show you the emotional impact that you think he does. Because you can see him with your own natural eyes right now, I could tell you, I could see it. Midhat, what I like about him is that he gives great emotion in his eyes. I was kind of prodding and hoping that you would do that and giving us a close-up of his eyes. Because, one, you told him, follow Jamie Levin with your eyes. You said you wanted his emotion to be eternal, which he's very good at. But in the mid-shot, he's not going to show it to you in the viscerality. That just happens to be my opinion. Now, you might be able to brighten it up. You might be able to see it, right? He might have done something. Right? I did not see it. But I was confident that if you did do a close-up, as you said, and you didn't ask Sean to shoot, it got his eyes, it would have been different than the wide shot that Sean shot at first. Okay? So as a cover safety for you, I was hoping you'd go for it, and I couldn't tell you what to do. But you didn't. And I looked at your camera and you didn't. So Midhat gave you two different ways of delivering this whole scene, right? With his unsureness, his fear, his disappointment, seeing that there's nobody here. When you cut it, the cutting is also going to matter with this piece. Because it's going to be about the fact that he walks into the room and it's like nobody fucking here. So how do you do that? When do you cut from him here to the empty audience there? I'm not going to tell you. You have to show me. Right? When he's like, okay, this is about communicating. He's flustered because nobody's fucking here. It's not that he's not confident. Nobody's here. What am I doing this for? Am I right? That's your character. What am I doing this for? And then when somebody walks out, he literally just walks out of my class. Even though I got this eager man right here, I'm just kind of like, fuck this, man. Fuck it. So you didn't even tell him that, like you said, don't kick over the thing, but Midhat chose to pretty much leave with a whimper. And is that your character that you created? Does he leave with a whimper? It's like, nobody loves me. Or does he leave with, fuck this, man. I could be doing any other thing, because that's how you described it. That's not what I saw. Just from being there. Now, this doesn't make you wrong. This is all a learning curve. You have to understand, this is a learning curve for everyone. As filmmakers, we think we know what we're doing because we watch the movies. This is the criticism that we need to hear. Because this is a class. And it's for you to actually do it. Put it together the way you see it. See what happened to it. And I'm trying to give it to you just by my own experience of looking at each of these shots. So, Jamie leaving. You chose to keep this in a wide shot. Jamie leaving. Jamie overacting. But, you know, hey, that's Jamie. You talked to him about it. So you said, I'll shoot it again. Bring it down. And all that other kind of stuff. But I still don't understand because this is a wide shot of Jamie leaving. So, Jamie's not the star, right? But he is the guy who is the focal point. And so, as the focal point, it might have been good to see Jamie not gurning, right? But kind of like on, why is he disappointed?
Yeah.
Guy only just started saying this is about communication. Jamie already could see that nobody's here, right? So, I mean, like, then again, as I said in the last class, every actor is important, right? From the day player to the extra. You didn't give Jamie the motivation. So, if I'm in this class with this guy Nigel, first of all, does Nigel smell? Right? Why am I all the way back there and shit? Right? Give me a motivation. Right? Then, what am I doing? I could be on my phone, right? I could be going, yeah, man, nobody's going to show up to this freaking class, man. You know, oh, here's the teacher now. Right? Wouldn't you want that as an actor, Jamie?
Yeah, you'd want like,
something, right?
You need direction and bike.
At least Nigel got his pad. He knows he's told I'm going to be writing something down. But you only told when I tell you leave.
Yeah.
So what happens? Jamie leaves unmotivated because he's like, am I upset? I mean, I got to go to the bathroom? I'll leave. And then he leaves. So give him something, right? And everything like that. So then Jamie leaves, slams the door, he's out. Guess what? You don't even see the slamming door because you chose not to put a camera back there. I gave you a shot here on the side of Jamie leaving, but it'll be my camera going like this. You can't even use it. So I said slam the door. You said, I think we heard it the first time. I don't think we did. Then you said, okay, we heard it the second time. Okay, cool. Always, always have your sounds in it. Midhad, did he slam it the first time? Yeah, I did slam it the first time. Well, we didn't hear it. But no, I don't think we did. And then we slammed it the second time. As far as the dialogue that Midhad asked you, yes, Midhad talked. All that talking that Midhad did the first time, we could use as audio. So I'm asking you to use as audio when we got this wide shot on them. So when we got the wide shot on them, don't just have that empty space of no sound. Use Midhad's first take of him talking. And that helps him to realize, okay, so when you're saying something, boom, boom, boom. And one of those lines will be the impetus for Jamie saying, fuck this. Could be Midhad not being able to spell communication. So you got a shot of him not being able to spell communication right. Maybe Jamie's, you supposed to be teaching me something?
Yeah.
Is any of this getting to you? You understand what I'm saying?
I tried to time it.
There's no such thing. Yeah.
Through his performance as he started rambling throughout the thing, that was when, in my mind, that was when Jamie was like,
yeah. Secret of editing, right? And you can watch that movie, The Cutting Edge, right? I'll put a link of it on the page about all the famous editors. Editing can move and expand time, like an accordion. Yeah? So it doesn't matter. Yeah, you still going to have to select the shot when he leaves or not, right? You have the audio, right? The door slams. You have those sounds. You put them wherever you feel they go, depending on the edit, right? And everything. You know, you could look at like election where you could decide you could shoot close up wide. You know, there could be all these random shots of these two. But you can't. You only got 1, 2 wide shots of them. Right? But like, you know, so when he's doing this, you could do any kind of editing style. But you can't. You only got these 2 wide shots of them. Yeah? So all I'm just trying to say is that everybody's going to go through this process of being like totally ripped apart. Right? Don't get me wrong, right? Hopefully you learn from it. But it also is for you when you come to do yours, is that I better be on fucking point when I do my film. But it's great for us to see. Yeah, it's great for us to see. So please edit it the way you envision it. So that way we can see that, and we can see that on the page and all that other kind of stuff and everything. And then we can actually break it down. But, I mean, well done. You know, you did have your beginning, middle, and end. What I was trying to say was about making sure that wherever your camera is, always try to shoot as much of the scene from every angle. Don't think, oh, we already got the door slam. Fuck that. You're on another angle. Get it again. We already got the dialogue. Fuck that. Get it again. Yeah? Because you can use it. You know, the editor can use it. You know, it's kind of like Robert Rodriguez. I mean, I put a clip of Robert Rodriguez 15-minute film school. He does it for like El Mariachi. He loves doing it and stuff. And it's like changing shot sizes in the middle of the same shot. You know, like Jamie getting up, you don't even have it because you just shot it as a wide. But Jamie getting up, you know, you could have had a camera shooting the wide. You already got that. Jamie coming down. Then you could push in, get his feet, push in, get his head. You know, you could do all that kind of stuff and then cut around it. And so in that one shot of Jamie walking down the stairs, you got 3 shots. Yeah? So I put out the Robert Rodriguez Film School about that. But in that aspect is, all of this is supposed to be, I don't know what I want. Be honest with yourself in that aspect. Sometimes you don't know. It's all gravy, first time working with Manhattan, whatever, and all that sort of kind of stuff. But have the imagination from the films you watch. Have the imagination to figure out what you want. Take the time frame to actually shoot. So the last thing I'll say is, it took way too much time on this. I was hoping to shoot 2 scenes, but like, that's where the confidence was. You were trying to be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I told I got to be confident. Got to control it. Then do it. Tell him once what he's got to do. If he's got a question, then we'll figure it out when we do it. Tell him once. You don't ever see any director, you know, kind of like having like a 5-minute conversation with an actor. Right, Minhad? You've been on set? Never. Right? Your confidence is, I already told you. If you don't fucking get it, what's wrong? You know what I mean? But you explained it, and then you explained it again. You explained it to him. You know, you don't have to. Yeah, you shouldn't have to. You know, and all I can do is just film you doing it, right? And stuff. And just tell people, this is what I want you to do. Make it very clear and plain. If they still have a question, they can ask that question, but you don't have to repeat what you want to do 3 or 4 times and stuff. So that was that and everything. So anybody else? This is not let's rip up Michael. This is about being honest. And remember what I said to you guys. If you just say, yeah, it was okay. I mean, even though you gave a little honest feedback there to me, it's not about the script or the actors. It's about style and technique. It's about camera angles. Your responses have to be about that. What did I respond to Michael? I didn't say anything that didn't deal with his style and technique of the shot. Did I? So it was about like, well, when you shot the mid shot, you could have shot a close up. Why? Right? When you shot Jamie Walker down the stairs, that you could have pushed in, pushed out, did it? Why? These are all the different things he could have done. I'm not supposed to tell him that while he does it. He's supposed to learn that after he didn't do it. Right?
One thing I like about Michael's style is that the way he does use wide shots and long shots. That conveys emptiness and isolation, which is exactly what he wants in this.
Yeah,
you may not get enough of it from. I mean, you may not get enough of the emotion just from wide shots, but they are useful in terms of what you were trying to get out of this.
I mean, I guess that is what I wanted, but I guess the whole thing being wide shots was probably not the greatest idea. But that's what I wanted to convey with by just accentuating how empty the place was and how empty he was.
And I love that. When you describe that, I like that because it's very Sergio Leone, very like Bertolucci, you know, with his wide landscapes, right? That is a great shot. For you, that shot of these two is a great shot for a showreel beginning, right? Meaning that it's a great shot. And knowing that's what you wanted, that's great. Then everything else you had to, how do I still keep my style in here? Am I always going to have these wide, empty shots? And if you are, fine. Make it mean something. And take in board what I said. Nigel with the pen writing, being the overeager student, great. Jamie not knowing what to do, choosing a gun, not great. Right? And you can't blame him for it because you didn't tell him to do anything else. Right? So giving him a phone, giving him a motivation, that would have been better. Making it opposite to Nigel's is better. Because like as I said, why are they sitting so far apart? So as an actor, I always say as an actor, well, what's my motivation? Like maybe why does he not like me and shit like that? They must have been sitting here for a good 5-10 minutes before Minhad enters. on average, right? Maybe how it just casually comes in, shit. Look at that, you dress like a bum and stuff like that. You know, go, hey, class, not really, right? So what get them some motivation, you know, and stuff like that, you know? So why did you choose that distance? Oh, because I'm on isolation. Doesn't mean a thing. They could be two trees, man.
Right.
But they're not. They're two people.
Okay.
Get me?
Yeah.
And stuff, and it matters. Any other points? So as we're coming to a close now, because that was long, so we don't get a chance to shoot yours. But you get a chance to, no, don't apologize. You get a chance to come on Thursday for Thursday's group, and you can shoot yours then. But like, any other? I mean, was there any other learning for people besides my ripping Michael apart? Was there any other learning for you guys?
It's a good. I mean, like you said about me doing the game and stuff like that. That's just good.
Forget your own personal acting.
No, I'm saying. What I'm saying is that like that's kind of my instinct to do. So I agree with you. Just tell what you want exactly, because you can sort of do a facsimile of what the director wants and stuff like that. I like your approach to it and stuff, and that, like the way you came and told me how you wanted me to do it and stuff like that.
Well, I want to ask Midhat as well. What was it like? You know, me communicating to you what I wanted. Was it giving you enough information to express yourself all the time?
At the beginning, when you were before the scene started, you were getting like you were repeating yourself quite a lot, like more than 3 times, and your confidence went down quite a bit.
Yeah.
But after you started shooting it, your confidence went back up. So that part was good. That's what I saw from your directing.
Okay.
So as soon as it started, your confidence did start to go up.
Okay. Yeah, I felt that as I was going on, but I just wanted to know like that.
Yeah. Problem is, directing by committee. Like I said, I barely could contain myself. Right? I barely could contain myself because I didn't see that confidence. Yeah, so I had to say, master shot, I say, close up, come on. I was arguing with your cameraman. I was talking to these 2 guys about what you weren't doing. So you'll see that on the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I did hear that. But
all right, sorry, man, but it was supposed to be helpful. You know what I mean? Sorry, but it's true. I wouldn't have done it if I was confident in you doing what you were going to do there. And it was really because I was so frustrated. I needed you to feel that frustration. So let me ask you a question then. How did that feel to hear me say, this guy's not doing it right?
Yeah, it was, you know, I did hear it, and I was just like...
How did you feel, though?
I was a bit pissed off, but just because, like, you know, I was trying to do it, but at the same time, I was focused on trying to convey what I wanted to the actors and to Sean, the cameraman.
Guess what, though? If that happened on set, right? That would be 3 crew guys going, this guy's a dick, right? It would have happened, and you would have heard it. You would have been upset, right? And you would have tried to focus like you just did. What are you supposed to do? Don't let us do it.
Yeah.
Don't let us question you, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. Don't let us go, did these guys just come out of film school? What the hell? What the hell are we doing here? Time is money. Don't waste it. Yeah? And we wouldn't have had that conversation. Yeah? So, it's cruel and it's wrong, but unfortunately it happens. You know? And that's the whole learning curve is don't let it happen. You know? Don't be on set and let people, like, do that. Like, even when I had to tell Jamie, stop talking. Right? And the thing about it is that, you know, like, it was me exercising my control of him and say, dude, look, I'm teaching the class. Stop talking. Right? Love him to death, right? But stop talking. Now, when he did his scenes last week, not just for Nigel, but for me, right, there was no gurning at all. Because one, Nigel just wanted him to be a corpse. But the other one was when you were doing the DOA stuff. It was like I purposely told Jamie, look, I love you as a comedian, right? But this is a drama scene that you're doing for me. Yeah. And I need you to be as very serious and dramatic as possible. You're a man who's on the edge, who's dying, and he comes into the police station to report his own murder, which is a remake of DOA. But he did it fantastically.
And also, Chase, you said to me, you can do this.
Yeah.
We've got into the idea, I can't do it. No, you said, if you've got faith in me, then it must be right. You know what I mean? And that's what most actors look for.
Right, okay, yeah.
But I mean, and I purposely wanted him to do opposite of what he usually does. So when I saw him doing it for you, I was just like, and then, you know, but then if he doesn't have that faith, right, then he can't help himself, right. You know, and everything. So obviously with your next film, you have this film to work up from. And this is why it's not a filmmaking course. It's only scenes. So you have plenty of films to make. You have a great shot for your show reel, right? And everything. And this is only the beginning. Yeah? So, as we come to a close, just want you to know, Thursday night, 6 to 8, I'm asking for, you know, more directors to show up to our class. The acting class will just be for the directors to do scenes on this Thursday. Because I want to come to Monday's class with the idea for you guys to have another scene to do. Those who haven't done scenes will have to catch up. But also the idea would be is to contact the actors on that page and say, I have a scene. Are you available on any other given day? We can shoot it like if it's in a car, in a house, or somewhere else. And then the actors hopefully can be available to do that for you. You know, but they won't if you don't start talking on the page. You were going to say something?
Yeah, could we help, just because it's a director's class, could we have help maybe writing it? Because that's usually my biggest problem with writing dialogue.
No, because this is not about dialogue. These things aren't about dialogue, right? They're about improv. I know, look, man. You trying to make a film, don't. This is not what this class is. It's not about making a film. You just want to direct an actor, direct their motivation, direct their character, direct their movement. Yeah? You know, this is not an opportunity to, hey, I'm writing a script or I'm working on a script and everything. And, you know, because the next scene that I want you guys to do will be a scene from a film and you will do your version of that scene. So that's where you'll get a script. This is not that. This is an improv scene. This is you directing. How much did you learn from doing that scene?
Quite a bit. What, you know, especially confidence.
Right. That's all I want you to do. Right? I said the scene is enter and exit the room. Right? And everything. That's all you need to do. Now.
When I did my film, I just gave the actress a couple of 3 or 4 sample lines of dialogue. I just said improvise around this.
Now, what I will ask you to do, because you are asking for help, is go on the page and say, I want to do a scene, this, right? Some scene in a basement. If somebody can help you with some lines, fine. I'd rather you say, I want to do a scene in the basement.
It was the story, really, Emmett.
What's the what?
It was the story, really, Emmett. Well, I know there's no story, I just mean whatever the scene is.
Their pitch was, quickly, basement, right?
Yeah.
How many people? One person. One person's in the basement. Go.
They're hearing voices in the head.
One person in the basement hearing voices in the head. Go. What happens?
They're trying to escape from them.
And they want to escape. That means that one person enters a dark basement, right? As they enter, they hear noises, right? You know, they overreact to the noises, and then they try to escape. So when you use the word try to escape, that must mean that they